still stuck in these dreaded hallways. I set out over a week ago with a simple task of finding the studio in which to do my online show. I do not know now which is worse, the hunger or the dehydration that has set in. Earlier today I sent a bottle down a hallway with a note in it that read, "If you find this, please come and save me." My biggest concern is, how will I be able to start the show this week? But alas, this is my last journal to you.
Welcome once again to This Is My Story, This Is My Song. I am Enosh, and we're going to have a good time today, and we're going to talk about a song that means a lot to me, okay? I love hearing from you guys, so you can find me on Twitter at Enosh Music, or you can email me at enoshmusic at hotmail.com, or you can come to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/This Is My Story, This Is My Song page, all right? And if you do that, I'd love to hear from you and love to talk to you. And if you do that, if you just leave a comment of some kind, you are eligible to be our viewer of the week, all right? And viewers of the week get cool, free stuff from me, all right? Well, without further ado, we're gonna talk about the song that is for this week. It's a song called Everything That I Needed. And, we just celebrated Mother's Day. Father's Day is coming up next month. And so it's a little early, but today I was having a conversation with my grandma, and I was going to put this song off. I was actually going to do a different song, and just started talking about Ed. Ed was my dad, my grandpa. And it was kind of funny how all that happened. Ed came into my life when I was about 13 years old. Ed was not a Christian until the age of about 46, and then he had a heart surgery that really scared him, and a friend of his was a pastor who had been praying for him for years, brought him to our church, and Ed had given his life to the Lord. And I've never seen anybody fall in love with Jesus the way Ed did. I mean, Ed really loved Jesus, and he cared about people. And the first time I saw him, it was really weird. I didn't even know him, and the first time I saw him, I'll never forget, he was wearing like a yellow dress shirt. And I just thought, man, he kind of looks like stereotypical dad. He just looked like dad to me. And over the years, I got to know Ed so well. And he became more than just a friend. He was family to me. And so he was there for me through a lot of my young life. Growing up, I didn't have my dad in the picture. And so I really struggled with finding male role models, good male role models to help me in my life. There were people who came around, but most of the time they were looking for something. They wanted to be with my grandma, or they wanted to be with my mom, or they had some other intention or whatever. Or some couple stuck around, but just ended up moving on. And so I struggled with keeping good, solid male role models in my life, and until Ed. And when Ed came around, man, he stepped up to the plate and knocked it out of the park, because he just loved me with an unconditional love. He would talk to me. I remember, I would talk to Ed sometimes till wee hours of the morning. We'd go spend the night over at Ed's house, me and my friend Rusty sometimes, and we just talk to Ed. Sometimes we'd go out and just get a Coke at McDonald's and sit in the car and just talk for hours about the Lord and about life and about things. And I think I shared, if you watch my episode here about the song, This Is My Story, This Is My Song, he inspired that song even with, we were listening to the radio and we heard a preacher was talking about take a drink, but was joking and laughing and saying, take a drink of God's Spirit, but was saying it kind of in a funny way, take a drink. And from that, we wrote that song, Take the Water to the Desert, which is, why don't you just take a drink? Because that was from a conversation with Ed. And man, we'd play pool, and I'll tell you what, I'm a pretty competitive guy, and I had such a hard time beating Ed in pool. I had a hard time beating Ed in ping pong. He was the one who's supposed to be like, right? So your dad, is supposed to be kind of unbeatable. And man, that's how Ed was. Ed but he was great, right? And he would just laugh, and we would laugh together, and we would just push ourselves. I remember playing ping pong with Ed till 6 in the morning one night, just because I just wanted to beat him once, and I never did. And but man, just so many good memories. And Ed ended up falling in love with my grandmother 16 years late, like something like 16 years later. He fell in love with my grandmother and married my grandmother, and that's just a funny story. But they got married, and so the man who was like my dad became my grandpa, and of course my grandma was more like my mom, and so those two finally came together, and they were just great together. And it was great to see them. I've never seen my grandmother so happy, and I never saw Ed so happy, and they were really great. And unfortunately, 14 months after they got married, my grandpa Ed died, and I miss him so much. I miss joking with him and laughing with him. I miss playing euchre with him, and he was the best euchre partner you could ever have. And he was just really such a great guy. And so when he died, I wrote this song for him for his funeral. And it was really hard for me to get through. It's still hard for me to get through it. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to make it all the way through the song. But I wrote this song, and it just talked about he was everything that I needed, that he was there for me. He came to watch my baseball games when I was younger, and he came to watch my softball games when I got older and, became an adult and played in the softball league. He would come to those games, and we'd go to Tiger games. And I'm so thankful because in the last year of his life, I'd have him come over to the house and just spend time with me and watch baseball, and it was just great. And I have cherished the moments that I have with Ed, and he truly was more like a father to me than anyone else, and I'm thankful for that. And so I just want to encourage you through this song that if you have people in your life that you love and you care about, let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them now, because we never know when they might pass. I was so thankful that I got to speak to Ed on the phone before he died. I was out of town, and he was in the hospital. He died on Halloween. And I called, and I got to speak with him on the phone, and I got to tell him that I loved him, that I appreciated him so much for everything that he had meant to me in my life. And he always looked at me as his son, and I am very thankful for that. And so let the people around you know that you love them, okay? Tell them that you love them. And if you've lost a loved one, I'm so sorry. But just know that God loves you, and I love you, and that there are others that love you. And just cherish the moments that you had with them, all right? And cherish those memories and keep them safe. So that being said, this song is for Ed. Now, there's a couple of funny things about this song. One, I recorded this song, and it's got a cool kind of melody line in it that I did with an EBow for all you guitar people. An EBow is it's a little thing that you hold with your hand. You put it on the string, and it makes the string vibrate, and it makes it sound like a violin or a cello sometimes, or something like that. It was kind of weird. I put some effect on it on this song, and it made it almost sound like an accordion. And it has like this Italian kind of like Italy sound, and the line goes da 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 da. I'm not going to do that when I play the song, but you'll hear that if you follow the link in the description where the lyrics are, by the way, and you'll be able to hear the song, and you can buy the song actually if you'd like. And but it's a cool little line in there, and I really like how that turned out. And then also, I liked how the harmonies turned out on this song. We did some cool harmonies on this song, and my wife always teases me about this song because she thinks that I subliminally put names into the song, because the song is called Everything That I Needed, and it's about a guy named Ed. And she says it sounds like I'm saying, "You're everything that I need, Ed," but it's not. It's supposed to be everything that I needed. But sometimes you sing and you put weird emphasis on certain syllables, and so it sounds like that. Other than that, it also sounds like, because it says, the chorus says, I thank you for loving, I thank you for caring, I thank you for giving, I thank you for sharing, I thank you for being everything that I needed. So she thinks that I put Karen and Sharon into this song, whoever Karen and Sharon are. So if you're Karen or Sharon, maybe you're in the song, and then the second part of the chorus says, I thank you for going, I thank you for daring, I thank you for hoping, I thank you for cheering. So hope and daring, you're in the song as well. So if that's you, hey, you can say you're in the song and that I'm thanking Ed for you. But no, it's just the way that it came together. So I hope you enjoy this song, and I hope that it speaks to you and that it reminds you of your loved ones, whether they're here or whether you've lost them. And like I said, that you remember to love those around you every day, okay? So without further ado, this is Everything That I Needed. And here we go. All the others who came before disappointed. They were all just caught up in their own selfish motives. When you entered my life, I knew right from the start love that you gave came from the heart. And I thank you for loving, I thank you for caring, I thank you for giving, I thank you for sharing, I thank you for being everything that I needed. And I thank you for going, I thank you for daring, I thank you for hoping, I thank you for cheering, I thank you for being everything that I needed. When others sent regrets, you showed up for me. When others would forget, you stood up for me. My number one fan, you always cheered for me. I'll always remember what you mean to me. And I thank you for loving, I thank you for caring, I thank you for giving, I thank you for sharing, I thank you for being everything that I needed. And I thank you for going, I thank you for daring, I thank you for hoping, I thank you for cheering, I thank you for being everything that I needed. Now that you're gone, it's so good to know hard for me to even get through that song sometimes, because it just reminds me of Ed, and Ed passed away, and his memory lives on in my heart and in the hearts of those who knew him. And I know a lot of you watching this show knew Ed, and you know that Ed was an awesome man of God, and just an awesome friend, and he'll always be like a dad to me. And I'm thankful for the time that I had with Ed. So be thankful for the time that you have with your loved ones. And if you lost a loved one, please know that that I love you and others love you. And remember them. You know, remember them. Cherish the memories that you have of those that you love. All right. Well, until next time, I'm Enosh. Remember that you can tweet me at Enosh Music, or email me at enoshmusic@hotmail.com, or of course you can go to the Facebook page, Enosh. Well, that's not Enosh. It's This Is My Story, This Is My Song page, and you can leave me a message there, okay? And if you do that, we will have a great conversation together, hopefully. All right, and also you could be Viewer of the Week. Until next time, I'm Enosh, and this is my story, this is my song. Bye-bye.